Amazing. It always helps if I'm unmuted. But anyway, I hope y'all are doing great. This is Lee Cole. It's 3 o'clock. Time for our bonus webinar. Let me make sure that you can actually hear me and see me. You should be able to hear me and you should be able to see my screen. I am inside a Chat GPT. So if y'all could let me know, yeah, Lee, I can actually hear you. That would be totally cool. I'll be right. So I'm back. Excuse me, I had to take a little sip of water here. So this quick webinar is a bonus to Jeanne Kolenda's AI social product, which was a killer product. It was all about how to position yourself. I mean, it basically gave you what you needed to position yourself as a marketer who uses artificial intelligence and is capable of using that with your clients. Just so you know my background on the subject, I have been using artificial intelligence for a while, and especially since the explosion at the end of last year of artificial intelligence. That's when I think Chat GPT came online in November. I'm pretty sure I found out about it 2 or 3 weeks after it came online. Been using it since. They've currently upgraded that to Chat. That was based on what's called GPT-3, one learning model. They've upgraded Chat GPT so that, and I believe it's with a paid account, although I did what we're going to talk about here with a free account. But you can upgrade to Chat GPT-4, and from what I hear, they're working on GPT-5. I have, in a very, very short amount of time, AI has infiltrated. I do apologize, guys, but anyway, in a very short amount of time, it is pollen season here in Atlanta, and I'm very sensitive to it, and sometimes it kind of like messes with my vocal cords, so I really apologize for that. But anyway, so in a very short amount of time, AI has infiltrated my entire business and is infiltrating it more. But I want to start you guys off with sort of just some sort of ideas about how you can start using AI in your own business and ways that you can easily create content that you can use for yourself, and you can also sell to your clients. So I thought it'd be pretty cool if we used AI. A lot of y'all buy graphic-based stuff, graphic-based positioning stuff like AI social. I mean, which was basically a bunch of memes, right? And that's really cool. The price per meme that you're paying is remarkably low, actually quite a bit lower than you would pay if you hired somebody to make those for you, massively lower. And those are great. You can do a lot of marketing with those. But you can also charge your clients more money if you're doing something that's a little unique. And there are a whole bunch of ways of doing that, and there's a lot of different types of content for you to create, but let's focus on just creating an interesting meme that you might want to post for a client. Now, I want you to open your mind to this, because there is, I mean, the sky's the limit. I'm just going to show you one little thing, and I'm not saying that, yeah, you should do this one little thing. I'm just showing you how to do something so that you can open your mind to the possibilities and start doing this for yourself and your clients. So what I did was I went to Chat GPT. I opened up a new chat here. If you haven't played around with Chat GPT yet, That is the URL, chat.openai.com. You'll have to make an account with OpenAI. There's both a free and a paid version of Chat GPT. The paid version's only 20 bucks a month. The free version's obviously free. The paid version, with the paid version, you get GPT-4, which allows for longer inputs and frankly a little better results. But for things like this, I'm not on GPT-4 here. For things like this, GPT-3 is just fine. So I thought, well, one thing that you see a lot on social media is quotes. Why? Because, you know, I mean, they're interesting. They grab your attention. They are hopefully scroll stoppers, right? So I told GPT, opened up a new chat, what you do right here, and I said, give me a list of 25 quotes from famous people. I want these quotes to be lighthearted, made funny, interesting, non-political, non-threatening, and short. Along with the quotes, name the person who made the quote. Now, this thing here is called a prompt. And I want to, this is not a long prompt. Some of my prompts are massively longer than this. But I want to kind of dissect this prompt a little bit because, frankly, I've gotten pretty good at prompting. And I've gotten to where I can get some pretty good results out of things. Although, for what I'm showing you today, I'm trying to keep my prompts down very, very short because I'm trying to make this newbie friendly. So number one, I tell chat exactly what I want. I want 25 quotes from famous people. I didn't say 25 quotes. I didn't say 25 cool things to post on social media. I basically said, I want 25 quotes from famous people. It's very specific. When I first started using AI, and when especially this open AI stuff like Chat GPT, we're going to look at a couple of graphic AIs in a minute, Dall-e being one of them. When I first started using this, my prompts were very short, right? Because I thought wrongly that if I told the AI a lot more about what I wanted, like I gave it a lot of constraints and how long things should be and what sentences should start with and what kind of words to use and all that stuff and what kind of images I wanted to evoke, et cetera, et cetera. I thought wrongly that if I did that, that I would constrain what I got back. In other words, that I would be hobbling the AI in a way. Actually, the opposite's the true. The opposite is actually true. The better your prompt, which actually usually it's not just length, but better prompts have more information in them, so hence are longer. The better and therefore longer your prompt, the better the results you're going to get. So get in the habit of using longer, not shorter prompts. Now, just by way of definition, what this whole thing that you're looking at here is it's still a short prompt, okay? What else could I have put in there? I could have given some examples of the kind of people that I wanted quotes from. I could have given some examples of what I thought was funny. I could have given some examples of the style of the quote. I mean, there's going to be, Dave Chappelle is not one of the people quoted here, but there's going to be a huge difference between a quote from Dave Chappelle, not all of which you should post online, but there's going to be a huge difference between a quote from Dave Chappelle and a quote from Mark Twain, right? So the more information you give it to go on, the better it's going to be. So but this was my prompt. And again, I kept this short because I wanted to make it introductory. And then chat comes back and says, sure, here are 25 lighthearted, funny, and interesting quotes from famous people. I don't even know who Stephen Wright is, but anyway, I know Stephen Wright, Whitney Brown. There's some people here I flat out don't know. Okay, so, you know, maybe they're famous, maybe they're not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Could be Lily Tomlin, yes. Charles Lamb, yes. F. Scott Fitzgerald, yes. W.C. Fields, Mark Twain. all of those people I know. So you get some pretty good quotes here. I always wanted to be somebody, but now I realize I should have been more specific. That's actually what I was trying to say about prompts. I always arrive later at the office, but I make up for it by leaving early. These, funny, lighthearted, F. Scott Fitzgerald. I'm not sure what I'll do, but well, I want to go places, see people, or I want to live where things happen on a big scale. I don't really, you're going to get some off stuff, right? That's why larger, more specific prompts are better. I don't really see the humor in that one. Free of all prejudice, I hate everybody equally. That's definitely funny. And Mark Twain, one of my favorite writers. I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. This is all meme worthy, not all of it. I mean, you have to, but this is meme worthy stuff, right? I'm not funny. What I am is brave. It's not really funny, although it's an interesting quote. So now, for this example, I chose the Mark Twain quote. Why? I just love Mark Twain. Now we're going to go make an image to put this on and make a meme out of it. So you can use all kinds of images. Do not infringe on copyright, period, end of conversation. If you're going to use an actual photo, I personally don't even use places like Pixabay where they say that you can use it, where they say that this is not an actual, it's not copyright infringement to use it. I would rather pay somebody a ton of money and actually get a license. Not a ton of, it doesn't cost a ton of money, but I'd rather pay somebody money and get a license that I can depend on. For pictures, I mean, there's a Shutterstock is one that's fairly pricey now. There are a few others, but so if you're going to use an actual picture that somebody took, you would be well advised absolutely don't copy something from the internet. That's just asking for trouble. But I think you'd be well advised, I'm not an attorney, but I think you'd be well advised to stay clear of free sites. AI is apparently different, okay? And I say apparently because already in the court system, there are a bunch of lawsuits where, so an AI has to be trained, right? So an AI for text that does text-based stuff has to be trained on reading and writing text-based stuff. And how does that happen? I don't know exactly how it happens, but in theory it happens because the AI goes out to the internet and, spends time training and reading a ton of stuff, okay? Some of which is probably copyrighted. Now, Mark Twain's out of copyright, obviously, but so there are there are some important lawsuits. I think Getty Images is suing. I could have gotten this wrong, but somebody's suing Stable Diffusion, which is one of the image-based sites. Anyway, personally, I'm not too worried about that. I feel very, very sure that this is all going to work its way through the court system, and but it's something to think about. So I went over to Dall-e. Now, Dall-e is actually part of OpenAI. You'll have to get an OpenAI account, and you can use that for both Chat GPT and Dall-e. I don't know if Dall-e works on credits. I haven't used Dall-e a ton, so frankly, I haven't run out of my free credits. You can see I've created a ton of stuff on Dall-e, okay, right here. These are all my past images that I've played around creating, some of which I've actually used. But I went over to Dall-e and I said, create an image of Mark Twain. So this is where you put the prompt into Dall-e. Create an image of Mark Twain. I want this to look like it's painted in the style of Winslow Homer, American painter from the 19th century. Painting needs to be mainly dark. Okay, so this was my prompt. And I had played around with this prompt some before the webinar. Do not put any words or letters on the painting because you can see historically right here, if you can see that, some of the past prompts that I got for Mark Twain had words on it, because it really, you know, I had told, in my prompt to Dall-e, I had said that I'm going to put words on here, and it just read the word words and went ahead and put some words on there, all of which were nonsense, but either way, they weren't words I wanted. So I said, don't put any words or letters on the painting. And the painting needs to look like an oil painting. I also need the painting to look more focused. That was because in the previous iteration that I got, I thought these weren't really, it didn't really have the detail that I wanted. And so with that prompt, now going through all these prompts took me about, I don't know, 10 minutes. And with that prompt, I got these pictures back. Okay. And this actually does kind of sort of look like Mark Twain. You know, and I mean, again, open your mind, don't judge too much. All of these could be used for memes in various ways. All of these could be used for marketing in various ways. That one's a little simple looking. That looks like Mark Twain, so does that and that. You have to be careful with visual AIs. Notice his mustache, how it's curly over there, and it didn't get curly over here. It looks like somebody whacked it off. And notice that the mustache curls up and this thing that's supposed to be his pipe curls down. The AI is not putting together a bunch of pictures and making a picture. It doesn't know a pipe from a pipe wrench, all right? So you are going to get some, just like we got some of our quotes that weren't funny, you are going to get some stuff that visually just doesn't make sense. But I kind of like this one, okay? Looks like Mark Twain, got a pipe, got a mustache, and dressed in 19th century clothes. To download it, just click here on the little 3 dots and you can download. So now we've got the makings of a meme. We have a graphic, and we have, I think I put it on this notepad file here, and we have our quote. And now we can make a, you know, we can make a graphic. We can make a meme being defined as a 2-dimensional graphic with words on it, okay? Now, so far I've done all this with free account, and as a matter of fact, everything I'm doing on this webinar, you can do with free accounts. So far I've used Chat GPT, I've used Dall-e. These are both, you have to get an account with OpenAI. Dall-e works on a credit system. The credit system is amazingly cheap. All of this stuff, and this goes down a long way. All this stuff on the right-hand side I've done using, I think about 12 of my original, no, something like that. Not many of the original credits that they gave me to, you know, you get a bunch of credits for free. You can buy credits. I think a credit's about 10 cents. So you could buy like 150 credits for 15 bucks. Super cheap. But anyway, I go over here to Canva, because now I want to put my words together with my image. And I need a way to do that. And again, this is a free Canva account. And I'm not going to go all into how to use Canva, because, you know, that's readily available online. There are like 40 million YouTube videos about how to do this. Canva has great tutorials and stuff. But I came over here, it said create a design, and then down here at the bottom somewhere it said custom dimensions, width and height. I looked up, these are the dimensions that would be good, for instance, for a face post. And so I said create a new design, and when I do that, it opens up this window. Okay. Now, opening up this window, if I go here where it says uploads, and then I can upload visual images, right? Graphics. And you can see other graphics that I've uploaded, right? All this stuff. But here's Mark Twain, who got uploaded. So when this opened up, and I went ahead and did a little bit of this because there's no sense in you sitting here watching me click things. This opened up into a canvas. It's called a canvas of the dimensions that we saw before, right? Of those dimensions. It was blank, and I uploaded this picture of Mark Twain, which I had downloaded from here. So I uploaded that, and then I take that and drag that across here. And I kind of have to stretch it out a little bit. This is all super easy to do in Canva. I am like, graphics and I do not get along at all. Okay, so I mean, it really is true that if I can do this, you can do this. Text. So we're going to put some text on here. You get lots of text things. This is all for free. So let's add, let's see if that would be about the right dimensions. Don't worry about the fact that it's, you know, that has nothing to do with anything. That's Grammarly. That has nothing to do with this webinar. It's just something that pops up. So I'm going to get my text. Okay. And let's put it right here. Got to fix it a little bit. Whoops. Okay. Come on, box. Let me move you. Ay. I don't know why it's not letting me. Here we go. Amen. So you notice it gives you little guidelines to, you know, Canva does to sort of help people who are visually impaired like me actually do this. Okay. And so now let's take this. Let's just highlight it. There's our whole quote. And I think something like, and you know, I'm just doing this in a super simple way because all I'm creating is a meme, right? Darn it. And I think maybe white would work better. Let's go over here, choose color, got white, because I use white a lot, actually. Okay, there it is. You want to change the font. I mean, you want to make it look like something more fun than their font. You have the ability to do that. Okay, we'll just pull down here, and oh, turns out I already did that. Sorry, I have to move around all these boxes that I use for GoToWebinar. But anyway, you can look at other fonts down here. You can choose something that perhaps is a little more interesting, perhaps a little more, doggone it. Sorry. But you get the idea, right? Okay. So go get your font. Again, I am very graphically challenged. Change that font. Okay. Maybe we'll pull it down a little bit. Okay. That's not showing up well. Just change, you know, you got two ways to deal with that. You can either go over here to elements, pull over a, you know, just a colored area, right? And let's see if we can do that. Oops. Yeah, I'm having trouble with, I have way too many things running on my computer at the moment. I apologize for that. But, you know, we get a little colored area. Now that color probably is hideous going with this. So Perhaps we ought to change the color maybe to a gray or even black, okay? And maybe we want to make it transparent, all right? Or change the transparency, and probably want to put the writing in front of it. So we're going to say position. That's the wrong position. I think you get the idea, right? Okay. I'm going to have to, again, I am super challenged when it comes to this stuff. So I basically did this backwards. I should have put the dark thing there and then, you know, put that on top of it. And there is a way to actually move these little layers up and down. I just don't want to waste your time while I find it. But anyway, so you get the idea, right? I mean, this is a really cool way of creating a really cool graphic if you have a client who wants cool graphics. Now, so, I mean, Mark Twain's a little bit, you know, I was just using that specifically as an example, okay? Let's look at my other uploads. I'll show you another one. This is one that you could use for an auto shop. Now, this is AI generated, all right? Okay, so let's say you had an auto shop that was a client. Now, again, it's AI generated, so you are going to have weird stuff like how that guy's face is melting over there. So you're going to have to watch out for that. You're going to have to kind of move the weird stuff out of the way. It's just the way it is. There are other AI engines other than Dall-e. Midjourney, for instance. Midjourney is a little bit of a pain in the neck to use, and Dall-e is a good place to start. So there you have it. All right, now, the other thing that I wanted to show you, because this is going to make everything so much easier. Inside Canva, and you can get this from a free Canva account. So let's go back here and see where it says apps, okay? Click that. Canva has its own text image generator, which if I understand who powers what, this is powered by what's called Stable Diffusion, and I am under the impression that that's different from Dall-e. Don't quote me on that, because, you know, a lot of these things are like layers on layers on layers of, you know, large, extremely sophisticated AI engines that were trained by, you know, like OpenAI, et cetera. So you can go to Canva and we can prompt that. I gave it essentially the same prompt, painting of Mark Twain in the style of Winslow Homer. I find these much better, okay? So if I was doing this, I think I would use this. Now let's do our text thing there and see if this looks any better. Whoops. Change color. Whoop, sorry about that. Need to highlight it apparently. There we go. Still probably need to put this in front of something that's going to blur that out. So let's do that on this one. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Let's go over here to elements. Let's get an element over here. So we're just basically we're going to create a little area on this where this is. I'm doing what I was showing you on the other one, except I'm doing it in the right order this time. Okay. So we'll make that like that. Change color on that. That's not exactly black. That's a dark gray. That'll work. That looks pretty cool. Okay. I mean, so far we have this, right? And now I can take my text. I can add that. I can position it down here. Well, darn it. There we go. And let's add our quote here. Probably, I was going to say probably need to position it up a little bit, make that a little bigger, but I think you get the idea, right? We're going to make that perhaps smaller. And maybe I want to take this and I'm going to change the color in a minute. Here we go. Centered on that, let's change the color. Voila. Great meme. Granted, it took me 30 minutes to do this while talking to you. It would take me all of 5 to do it on my own, you know, if I weren't talking and you know, futzing around with it. There's so much other stuff you can make. You can basically make banners. You can make all kinds of marketing stuff, things sized for Instagram, things sized for Facebook, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can make a ton of marketing stuff for your clients. And the beauty of this is you can charge them a lot more money if it is custom for them. Now, granted, do you really want to spend your time making this? Me personally, I would just go over to Fiverr and hire somebody to do it with certain specifications, like, you know, I want 25 memes with pictures of famous people, you know, quotes, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, I would tell the person I want to make sure that it's all, you know, out of copyright, at least the person's face, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Quotes are out of copyright. Just so they didn't go, you know, find a picture of Jay-Z or somebody, which is actually going to be owned by somebody, right? You know, just find a picture of Jay-Z and put it there. So you got to be really careful about the copyright thing. But this is a wonderful, wonderful way for you to actually create content that is very specific to your client. Now, granted, Mark Twain's not specific to anybody unless you were actually, surely there's a Mark Twain museum somewhere, but unless you were actually the Mark Twain, you know, a Mark Twain museum. But it is a great thing for you to for you to publish just as a scroll stopper for somebody. And you can also create a ton of great content for dentists, for auto repair shops, for really any business that you can think of. And you can do this, you could do it with Dall-e, a little harder. If I was going to like having, you know, like if I sold somebody 30 memes for the next month, posting one unique meme per day, I would, and that was really all I needed to do, I would definitely come over here to Canva's text editor, type in a prompt, and let's try another one. Type in a prompt and you know, see what they come up with. That dog reminds me. So maybe we've got a veterinary clinic for a client, cute cat photo quality image of a cute cat or cute cats. I want the cat to fill up most of the image. I mean, you don't have to. It's just that I also want the entire image to be fairly dark. Why is that? You know, I'm just experimenting with you know, just showing you stuff. Click that. It doesn't take long for it to come up with this stuff. You can see, you know, here it is thinking. Those are pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, right? That one's a little weird looking, although I do have a cat who looks exactly like that, eyes and all. That's pretty cool. You want to really look at it to see if there's any weirdness going on. There's almost some weirdness going on the chin here, but I think you could get away with that. You know, this would make fine stuff for a vet, right? Let's change this around. Photo quality image of a cute cat. Playing with a cat toy. Cat toy is gonna playing with a toy. Okay. I'll take the or cute cats out of it. I don't want it to fill up most of the image because I want to see what it's going to come up with. And let's just say, okay, cool. Let's see what we come up with again. And this is free. This is a free Canva account, so you can get all of this for free. Okay, that's a good one. That one's kind of weird. That's a very scary looking cat. So is that. Let's hit it again. See if it can do better next time. Sometimes you just have to do several iterations in order to get enough stuff. That's a great picture. That's a cute picture. That's a cute picture. That one's a little off center, but you could still use that. And that was not bad. See, the second go round, we got much better pictures. I don't really see anything really odd about that. Maybe his head's a little too big. I'm being really picky. But if you're going to create some visual content or memes, I mean, you could go over here to and I've never done this before. I have never asked. I use the Chat GPT thing for copywriting for myself and for clients, you know, just to help me with ideas, et cetera, et cetera. But let's say I want 10, what do you want to call them? Short sentences from the point of view of a cat. Pretend the cat said these. I want these to be funny, quirky, apparently Lee can't spell. Funny, quirky, and what? Safe. Okay, non-political, non anything else that might trigger someone. Okay, let's go with that. I mean, we could, well, apparently, again, apparently I can't spell, can I? I mean, we could get back a load of garbage. 10 short sentences from the POV of a cat, right? Well, let's call it a cat. Pretend the cat said these and want these to be funny, safe, non-political, non anything else that might apparently shouldn't be allowed to type and talk, might trigger someone. Okay, cool beans. Let's go with that. Oh yeah. If you ever see that, just reload it. You'll have to type in the prompt again. Notice I am on GPT 3.5, which I think you can get with a free account. I'm pretty sure you can. This is technically a paid account, but I'm working on the GPT level that you can get with a free account. So I should have copied that, shouldn't I? I want 10 short sentences that a cat who could talk might say. I want these to be light, funny, quirky, non-political, non-threatening, non-triggering. In other words, I mean, you don't want something like overly, you know. I mean, we live in a world of controversy, so, you know, I just want to steer clear of that. 10 short sentences the cat who could talk might say. And again, I've never done this. I'm going to be really interested to see what comes up. I want these to be, okay, bam, bam. If I fits, I sits. It's the law of the land. Okay, these are pretty cute, okay? Do you really expect me to get out of bed for anything less than treats? Okay, so let's talk about that. If we had a cat that was looking out into space, that would be cute. Okay, didn't we have a scary cat? I think we had a scary cat. I'm just going to put it over here. You know, I've always gotten used to doing this just to make sure I don't carry some kind of weird formatting with me. Now let's go back to our, where were we with the cat thing here? No, that's Mark Twain. Here, okay. Which one did we get? Did we get the world domination one? Yeah, world domination. That guy might be plotting world domination. Okay. Oh, that guy definitely might be plotting world domination. So let's just do this. Although I kind of like the fact that that's black. You know, hopefully you are better at graphics than I am. I completely and absolutely suck, but we're just going to drag this over there. His eyes are weird, so we're not going to use him. Now that we've blown it. Oh, yeah, sweet. Okay. So let's get us a elements. And again, you know, I'm just going to make a little area where I can kind of, maybe the green would look cute. Can I? No, I can't. Okay. And again, you know, I'm sitting here talking and doing this, which is probably not a great idea. I actually don't like that, so let's just get rid of that. But you get the idea, right? Okay, well, whatever. Let's just assume that that has gotten rid of. Didn't even know. Oh, well, here we go. Take a look at that. I've never let my schooling interfere with my. That would be kind of weird. It actually kind of goes well, doesn't it? Okay. Granted, you're going to have to play around with the backgrounds. You're going to have to play around with readability and stuff like that. And as you've seen with me fumbling, I'm not that great at that. You may want to actually put the cat photo here and maybe put some space down here so that you can get your, you know, so that you can get the text in a way that's a little easier to read. I'm not going to make you wait around while I do that. When you get a, it is worth noting that when you get like a pattern that you like, you can just keep substituting things over and over. So again, cool ideas for creating content for your clients that is unique. Charge them more money. So there you have it. That's what the subject of this particular bonus webinar is about. I have literally scratched the surface on all of this. But I hope I've given you enough. I wanted to keep it all on free stuff, and I hope I've given you enough things to think about and opened your eyes as to what you can do with free AI generated content. So there you have it. And thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you later.